Brown.
Hello, Indrani.
It's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you.
Thank you so much for giving me your time, and I haven't seen you in forever.
I know.
How have you been?
I have been good.
Excellent.
Work in a work from home job. I have a lot of free time.
Good.
But yeah.
So you're
it's been pretty
flexible, everything's good, so you can still be an artist.
That was the intention, yes.
Yes. Maybe it doesn't always work, I understand.
No,
Maybe
no,
it doesn't always work.
got it worked out perfectly, and then I'm like, auditions? Hello?
Hi, I need stuff to
I'm ready.
happen.
I'm sitting
I'm here waiting.
Anyone?
I have a question that I always ask all of you in the beginning, and I will ask you as well, because I'm always curious with every different person that I come across, every artist in this world. Why acting? Why did you do it? Why did you decide to go for it?
Well, it's kind of like not the happiest story.
But it's uniquely you.
Yes. I guess when I was growing up, I was kind of lonely because I have one brother, but he's 14 years older than me, so no like siblings around, just me. And I was kind of going through a lot of stuff, like anxiety and depression, and realizing that I was bisexual, like a bunch of stuff going on. I was really just
Processing everything.
yeah, and I was too scared to talk to anyone about it. But the thing that got me through all of it was like characters in TV shows that were going through the things that I was going through that I didn't even necessarily have a word for. But then when I watched someone on screen going through it, it made me understand it.
Love that.
So I don't know, I guess I just wanted to be a part of that and to be able to help that happen for other people.
Oh my God! It's just as if you found your voice through these characters and their experiences.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah. And I just find myself, I don't know, some people, when they're really unhappy, they like to watch like a comedy and, you know, distract themselves and cheer up. But for me, it was like, I feel like I have depression, so I watch a character on screen sobbing because they have depression, and then I'm sobbing with them, and then I feel like I have a friend going through the same thing as me that I can talk to about it, even though I don't, you know?
I feel like what you're saying, it's something I talk about once in a while. It's like, it makes you feel not so alone when you see this in film and television, you know, in projects and seeing actors do it. It's like, oh, when you're the audience member, I don't feel so crazy.
Yes, exactly.
You know, you feel seen and justified and all these wonderful things. It's a positive experience. So it actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, I knew I was not insane. Absolutely. Oh, that's so beautiful. Is there one show, one actor in particular that really stood out to you? It's like, oh, I have to do this. I have to try because of this.
Me at 11 years old in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, it's great.
I mean, I know a lot of people don't know much about that show and think it's kind of silly and campy, which it is a lot of the times, but there's like this big arc in like season 6 where Buffy has like severe depression, and I don't know, that was like... And then it was also Willow on that show was the first like 2 women kissing on TV was from that
Shocking,
show.
Right? It's a big deal. But it was like, oh, okay, so it is normal.
Yeah.
It's not weird.
Yeah.
Because it's in TV. Isn't that wild?
The one thing I wish, though, is that, because that character, she has a boyfriend at the beginning of the show, and then towards the end, she falls in love with a woman. But since that was still, you know, like the early 2000s, she kept being like, I'm gay now. And me as a bisexual person, I was like, that's fine. No, okay, so I guess I have to be one or the other.
Right. It's like it's choice, I guess, clearly. It's like it was the beginnings.
Yeah.
Right? It really was until it's, and see that, that's such a beautiful thing when it's done well, is it really does reflect what's going on. You know, when it's done well, it's like, yes, and so many people feel seen, right? Because, and it does shift, you know, I say it with the artists in so many mediums, but especially in this medium that we deal in, it's like, it really reflects life. It does. It's a mirror to life. And it makes people who may not ever get exposed to it, have to kind of like see it, deal with it. It's like, sorry.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, this is it. This is what life is. And it's a beautiful thing that way.
And it's so important because I watched that show with a bunch of friends that I had who were super, super religious. Oh, and they were,
wow.
And I feel like that's so important, just watching the LGBT characters and them like being okay with it or accepting it more just because they were watching it. It's really important.
So they didn't fight it at all. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, there may be a few comments here and there, but generally, like, better than you would expect.
Right? They're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
See, it's important. It's really important. Have you ever, see, now you're opening up a wonderful avenue right now. Because of your humanity, your personhood, do you want to write stories where it could, maybe you talking about your experiences growing up, the pain and things you've been through, maybe write a script,
I already did.
I don't want you to give it away.
Yeah, I wrote like a little short that I'm hoping to shoot maybe this year. Because right now, actually, my partner, Sam, wrote his own short that's based off of something in his own life that we're working on right now. That's the thing I'm casting.
Yes.
But then after that, we're thinking we might do mine.
Do yours.
So, yeah.
Oh, you guys are a little production company.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. They always say, write what you know. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be the most effective stuff because that beautiful truth, the truth bombs, the nuggets of truth, that's what people resonate with. It's like, yes, yes, that's always what works. That's so cool. I love to see this. Where are you looking to go with your career? Every time you say something, it opens up another avenue. It's like, now that I know you want to write, you began with acting, but has it evolved now that you've been doing it for a little while and you're like, maybe I can write something. Maybe I could.
I feel like it's kind of been waves for me throughout my whole life because, I don't know, when I was really young, I always wanted to be an author. That was sort of my dream for a long time. And then I wanted to be an actor, and then I wanted to be a writer again, and I kept going back and forth. And I think at this point, I still mostly want to act, but if there's a story like that I want to get out, then I want to write it. But I'm not really the kind of person who's going to sit there and be like, okay, now I'm trying to think of something to write. That's not appealing to me. But if there's something in there that I think of and I'm like, I want this to exist, then I want to make it exist.
Because it kind of, I know it can be belittling maybe, but it's like it does write itself to a certain degree.
Okay, it kind of did. I just kind of like, bleh, and then there was a script.
I didn't the script.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. My trauma. A script.
And you can always be a hyphen. It doesn't have to be one or the other.
Of course, yeah.
Right? No need to ever limit yourself because you do, and it's always artistic with you. Mm-hmm. I'm hearing you say that.
Yeah.
Like it has to be an artistic ride. Look at you. Is acting exactly what you thought it would be? Is it, did you discover things that you're glad about? Or are you like, oh God, I kicked up some crazy skeletons. I don't know if I should have even have poked around here.
Definitely don't regret poking around any skeletons, but I don't know. I think it's harder than I thought it would be before I started really training and taking classes and things like that. I kind of just thought like, oh, I've kind of been doing it in YouTube videos and high school theater. I think I could just take a class for like a few months and then I'd be good, right? I didn't really realize how much training you need and how ongoing it is to get to that point that I would want to get to where I can make people feel what I'm feeling, Well,
you're a very beautiful, soulful actress. I've experienced your work and it's really wonderful. And it's just going to get more so. And I mean, you do continually learn more and more and more. And you just, you evolve. Even when you plateau, you will evolve beyond that. It can be painful.
Yeah.
I know it can be incredibly painful, but I've seen you crack through many different levels and how much stronger you've come out on the other end. Are you, did you ever surprise yourself? It's like, wow, I didn't think I could do that. Or you've never had those kinds of limitations.
Oh gosh, all limitations. No. I don't know. I think I'm too hard on myself to really have those moments where I'm like, wow, I did that. Usually it's kind of like, oh, I did that, but I want to do more.
It's okay. At least you do acknowledge it, though. That's very important.
Yeah.
I think it's very important. It's like, well, I did do that. Just to be, not that you're like, I did that, but
Yeah.
I did that. Okay, cool. What's next? It's okay to keep challenging yourself. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's a curiosity in that constantly, and a self-challenge. Like, yeah, I want to keep going. What's next? What can I do next? I think that's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. I mean, it would also be good to be able to just like live in a win for a minute. But
what is a win for you? Okay, last question.
Ooh. Oh no.
Where do you ideally see your career? I've asked a few people this, which would be a win.
Like what my dream career would be?
Where you would see your accomplishments being with, like whether it's working with certain directors, attaining certain like written certain scripts. You're on a TV show, or you're in films consistently working with certain directors. Everybody's kind of got their own path that they're looking towards.
Yeah. I think for me, sort of the dream would be to be a series regular on a TV show that I love. Like that it's just exactly the kind of thing that I would watch and that I want to be a part of. And then eventually I'd love to, become a producer, maybe direct an episode, write an episode, like seasons on when they start letting the actors do that.
Right. Yeah, you have to be on it for a while, and then they're like, okay, let's give you an episode.
Right, here you go.
Yeah, they give you a shot. That's right.
Yeah, I think I'd be happy with that if that even happened once, like it was one show. I mean, that would sort of be a huge accomplishment of a dream, even if it didn't last forever.
No, but you will be able to have said, I did it.
Yeah.
Excellent, Miss Julie. Thank you for talking